Hi everyone, my name is Francesca Ferrando. I'm a professor of philosophy here at NYU Program of Liberal Studies, and it's very exciting for me to talk with you about the posthuman. So in our first video, we talked about what does posthuman mean. And we said that there are many different schools of thoughts talking about this notion right now. One of these schools of thoughts is transhumanism. So in this video, we're going to address transhumanism. Specifically, what is transhumanism? First of all, I should clarify the fact that transhumanism also should be not seen as only one movement, but is formed by many different schools of thoughts. That's why we can add an S here and say transhumanisms. What we are talking about when we say transhumanisms? We are talking, for instance, about democratic transhumanism. We are talking about libertarian transhumanism. We are talking about extropianism. We are talking about the singularity. So what do all these movements share? They share one goal. The goal of all these related movements is human enhancement. So how can we achieve human enhancement according to transhumanism? The answer is one. There are two assets of reformulation of the human that can bring human enhancement. According to transhumanism, these two assets are, one is science, the other one is technology. Now, when you think of science and technology, do not only think of science and technology that are happening right now. You can also think of speculative frames, for instance, cryonic or regenerative medicine. So definitely we have an open notion of science and technology as well. Why are these movements different? Well, again, they do share the main goal, which is human enhancement. That's why if you go online, the main platform to discuss transhumanist ideas is Humanity Plus, which is which you can see in the symbol H+. H, humanity plus enhancement. Again, they share the goal, which is human enhancement, but with different approaches. For instance, according to democratic transhumanism, yes, we should embrace human enhancement, but these kind of technologies and sciences that bring human enhancement should be accessible to everyone. So the people should not be discriminated based on their class or on their economic power or sex or gender. Everyone should have access to human enhancement in a democratic way. So these technologies are okay, but it's important that they are not only available to people, for instance, with money. Another group is libertarian transhumanism. One interesting aspect about libertarian transhumanism is that in 2016 we had one candidate for president, which was Ihsan Sultan, and he was a libertarian transhumanist who is actually running for governor of California in 2018. And their main approach is the idea that we should embrace human enhancement, but a free market should be kept in order to have the best development, the best outcome when we talk about human enhancement. So for libertarian transhumanism, a free market is the best guarantor to the development of human enhancement. Again, there are different groups here, extropianism and singularity. But before getting into more details about each different movement, I want to share very important aspect. Where does transhumanism come from? What are the roots of transhumanism? According to the Transhumanist Declaration, the roots are found in the Enlightenment. The Enlightenment shares some specific goals that are still very much embraced by transhumanism. We're thinking, for instance, of progress and rationality. And keep this in mind for our next video because, for instance, post-humanism, which is a related but different movement, does not share the same roots. So we have the roots of transhumanism in the Enlightenment. Now, going back to the connection of our first video and the second one, what does post-human mean? We should clarify that the way transhumanism addressed the notion of the post-human is very specific. We are not post-human yet. We used to be human. Some of us are transhuman now. So this era could be defined as a transhuman era in which people, both through their bodies but also through their philosophy, they're embracing technology and the notion of the human enhancement, transforming the human in different ways. But according to transhumanism, we are not post-human yet. Some of us may become post-human in the close future, so this is something that is not happening yet, but is going to happen very soon. An example of the post-human according to transhumanism is, for instance, mind uploading. We are talking here about a speculative technology according to which in the close future humans could be able to download their consciousness in a machine. Now, this machine that has a human consciousness could be defined as human. No, because humans have biological bodies. Could be defined as something that is just a machine? No, because it's a machine that has human consciousness. So this type of hybrid that goes beyond the notion of the human or the machine could be, for instance, defined as post-human. Or you can also think, for instance, of migrating to Mars, species that are going to stay Mars, that are not going to come back to planet Earth. Eventually, generation after generation, they may adapt to the condition of Mars and develop into a species that is not human anymore. And here, for instance, we can bring the notion of post-humanities. Now, in our third video of this mini-series about the post-human, we are going to talk about the post-human according to another philosophical movement, which is post-humanism. I thank you for your kind attention, and I invite you to please to visit my website, which is www.theposthuman.org, for more information about these and related topics. Thank you so much.